Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and I'm at the Ocho, everybody's favorite 8-unit complex with 16 garages, and just stopping by here like we normally do to see what kind of craziness and drama is going on. Definitely have a few issues going on, but for the most part it's definitely doing better than it was when I first bought it, and we had squatters and evictions and lots of craziness going on, including a police standoff. So things are better, but still not perfect. All right, love the likes, love the comments, love the shares. Starting off, this property has 8 units, like I said. Each apartment gets a storage unit, which are right there, and a 1-car garage, which are on the back of these storage units. And then we have 8 more 2-car garages, which are rented out separately, and we're renting those for $250 each. And of course we have issues back there, but we've had someone who is maybe living here, maybe not living here. We got cameras set up, and it's just a weird situation, so we'll talk about that. But one annoying thing is just people are constantly dumping stuff back here. So we had some tires back here, quite a bit of trash back here. We tell our landscapers who come by, who do all kinds of different things, not just landscaping, to clean up the place a little bit, clean up trash when they saw it. So they got rid of the tires, got rid of a lot of the trash, and then we come here today and there's more just mattresses laying here and more tires, of course. And for those of you who don't know, my channel is known for tires. We had a 500 tire eviction. Oh, what are they doing? A year and a half ago or so at a property where one of the tenants at the complex, another property I own, was evicted from his tire store, and he decided to move all of the tires from his tire store to the complex, and then we had to evict him and his tires. It was quite a fun situation. So we're always having trash dumped here. That's annoying. Waste management is also annoying because we're locked into a very long-term contract and they're very expensive, but that's another story as well. But for the garage, the guy is here a few times a week, but when he is here, he's here forever. Like, he just, on the cameras I can see he's here for 10 hours just hanging out in his garage. So he's not really living here, but he's hanging out here all the time. We were having some complaints from other tenants about him. Those complaints have stopped since we talked to him, put up the cameras. He was doing some weird stuff before, but still just a weird situation. His garage is actually the second one down there, and so he's not there right now, but I don't know. So he isn't really causing any problems or issues right now, but we are keeping an eye on him, seeing how long he's there. He doesn't seem to stay there at night or anything. He seems to leave, but yeah, just a weird situation. And finally, up here, well, first off, we're just walking by the tenant on the basement level back there, and they let a dog out, which we're not supposed to have. So obviously that's something that happens with tenants, but strict no pet policy here. And we saw a cat here a couple weeks ago. I haven't seen that cat since, so I don't know if it's just a stray cat or someone has it, but that dog was definitely let out by that tenant right while we were walking by. The other issue some people brought up to me is these trees, and I was hoping they would be alive, and I think I was wrong. All the trees have died. We put them in last year to try and kind of deter people from driving through the yard, because we had some tenants up there we ended up evicting, one of the worst evictions ever, who just drove up onto the yard all the time because they wanted to be closer to carry groceries up to their unit. So we put the trees in to kind of deter that. So dead trees still do deter that, but they don't quite have the lasting effect that I was hoping for. And it's weird how all 3 of them died too. Like, I'm kind of wondering if my landscapers didn't plant them right. I'm not sure. I actually did a lot of landscaping in my younger years, right after college, and actually during college, that's kind of one of the things I did a lot of, was landscaping. And so you do have to be careful when you plant trees. You dig out enough around them, give them fertilizer, the right soil, water them a lot. So there could be an issue there. I could see one of them dying, but it's ironic all 3 of them died, unless they're just bad trees. They do look similar. And finally, the other issue, which you can see, is the trampoline is still here. I talked to them, was it last week or was it the week before? I talked to the tenants because they have a trampoline here that can be a lot of liability, violate our insurance. Neighbors could jump on it. Who knows what could happen. It's not the most amazing trampoline either. And they said they'd get rid of it that day. Obviously, it's still there. Kids are still playing on it. And so we need to talk to them as well. And by talk to them, I mean send them a letter saying, the trampoline's not gone. We'll move it for you, or we might just move it for them anyway because they've had a warning already. So next time our landscapers are over here, we might just tell them to take it. And then we've also had an issue too where the kids are just removing all the mulch. And then this morning a sprinkler head was just laying on the ground because they dug that up and pulled that out. So also an issue there. Good news, that apartment up there is now rented. We have one more in the back that still needs to be rented, but we've been able to rent these, get, you know, better tenants in them, and it's getting better. Although there's still some issues. You know, who knows where the beer bottles come from or why people just throw them in the middle of the yard and other trash around here. But overall, it's doing a lot better than it did when we first bought it. When we first bought it, we had multiple tenants who were paying late, not paying at all, getting COVID assistance, and then not paying after that was done. Pets, animals, just destroying units. Like I said, multiple evictions. We had one tenant move out who then, her ex moved in, who wasn't supposed to be moved in. He moved in all his friends. That was kind of the squatter issue we had. I've got videos on all of those I'll try to link to below. But compared to all of that and how things went before, things are going pretty good now. And there's still the decision, do I keep it, do I rent it? This is one of the properties I own with a partner. He kind of wants to keep it. I'm not sure about what my thoughts are on that yet, but I'll think about it. All right, that's the property, that's the update. Let me know what you think. The units rent for $12.50 a month. The garages rent for $2.50 a month. So it does bring in, you know, pretty decent income. We do make money on it, but boy, it's a lot of drama. All right, love the likes, love the comments, love the shares, keep those coming. And we'll be back soon with updates on this one and our other properties as well. We have a lot of different stuff going on. I'm buying 3 properties here in the next week or two. So I have lots of new content and new properties as well coming up.